Man, I'm Jess Everett. It's good to be here. This winter, I had to go over the Snoqualmie Pass in like January. Had to cross the pass, and it was chains required on all vehicles. I've never driven with chains before. I've never put chains on a vehicle. I've never had a father growing up, so I don't know how to do stuff like that. But I got my chains on there, and I'm driving, and I don't know if you've ever driven with chains. Holy shit, what a thrill. Wow. That is nice. I feel like I was driving a magic wand vibrator. I don't want to stop. So good. So good. I left them on for a while. I was on... Just dry pavement, sparks flying everywhere. A lot of honking. Oh man, any Fleetwood Mac fans in the audience? Holy shit, they're not coming. I don't know them. No, Fleetwood Mac wrote a very popular song. I'm sure you've all heard it. It's called "Don't Stop." It's in movies and shit. It's like, don't stop thinking about tomorrow. It's supposed to be like this really positive, uplifting song. But if you struggle with anxiety, really kind of rude, actually. More of an eerily jovial reminder. Like, yeah, Mac, I can't stop. All I think about is tomorrow. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday is gone. I have a hard time. I'm almost positive I'm on the spectrum. I don't know. I don't think we had that when I was a kid, though. I don't know if we didn't have it or we just did not have it. We're not in the right tax bracket for autism. I don't think we were on the financial spectrum there. My mom was just like, he's a good kid. Real quiet. Really likes those Legos. Really focused. Don't touch him. He'll bite. He will bite. I am 6 feet tall. According to the dating apps, I made the cut. I don't like it. I don't want to be this way. I wish I was shorter. I have a hard time. I don't like being looked at, so I try to fly under the radar. That's why I'm shaped like a kitchen faucet. Please don't look at me. I don't like it. I feel like if I stand up straight, people are going to expect something of me. I don't know what it is, but I don't have it. I do not have it. I have a hard time in public. I'm not really good with social interactions. I don't even know why I do this, to be honest, but have a hard time talking to people. I was at the store the other day, and they had one of those booths set up for like cable and internet packages. There's like a salesperson there at the booth selling that stuff. And I try to avoid eye contact with salespeople, because salespeople are like Italians. They take eye contact for consent. They'll come... They get way too excited about that. So I'm walking through the store, I'm looking at the ground, because that's my comfort zone. There's no danger down here. I'm walking and I look up just immediately into this guy. And he's smiling, he comes out from his little booth, he's scurrying out to come get me. And I feel like if I just keep walking, eventually he's gonna have to go to his booth and it'll kind of naturally resolve itself. So I'm walking and he's selling, and I turn around at a point, I don't even see this guy's booth anymore. We are well outside of his jurisdiction now. I didn't know what to do to get out of it, so I just turned to him and said, I don't like this. And then I ran away. Got out of there. Problem is, I ran right into a dead end. Had to turn around and go back by him. Ended up buying everything he was selling. I got a bunch of phones I don't need. Set up my own booth. Been looking into therapy. My friends are like, why don't you talk to somebody, talk to a professional, get some help. I've looked into it. Way too expensive. I cannot afford therapy. That doesn't seem like help to me, charging that much. I don't know who that's for. I feel like if I could afford therapy, would not need therapy. I'm just gonna complain about all my money. Doc, I'm just up to my neck in disposable income. I don't know what to do. I'm really stressed out trying to plan this next vacation. Fiji or Baja, Fiji or Baja. Tough. It's tough out there. I did get a gun though, so. That's unrelated, I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't even think about it that often. No, I'm good. I did get a gun. I got it a few years ago. It was when COVID was really popping off. Guns were selling out everywhere. So it was kind of a panic buy because I was like, shit, if everybody else is getting a gun, I guess I better get a gun. I don't know what's going to happen. I want to be ready for it, you know. Not going to get me. I was pretty excited to get a gun because I grew up with action movies and hip-hop music. They seemed to have a good time with them, you know. Looked like fun, so I was like looking forward to the power, and I got my gun. I am afraid of it. I'm afraid of my gun. I was not expecting that. I've been around guns before. I have shot guns, but it was always like with an adult, so. Now all of a sudden I gotta be the adult, and I do not think I'm ready for gun responsibilities. So what I did, I put it in a drawer. I don't open that drawer anymore. Stay away from that drawer. Problem is, I got other shit I want in that drawer. Just gotta buy new shit, I guess. Got robbed by my own gun. That is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. If only I had some way to protect myself, you know what I mean? Gotta get a whistle or something. Find myself a big, strong man to hang around, you know? I've been looking for one of them real great big cocksuckers. You know, they get forced into football as a kid. You gotta cram a lot of corn and milk into that kid. Kick them around, you know, treat them all mean. They grow up all big and tall. You can't move them around no good, you know? You ever been held by something like that? Holy shit, you feel safe. That is, wow. Wow, ladies, I get it. I get it. Now wrap me up tight, carry me home, daddy. Let's go. Let's go. I got some jars that need opening. Yeah. I just want him for friendship and protection, nothing sexual. He's so big, though, I might not have a choice. He might just take it. So I'm looking for a big, strong, consensual man to hang out with. That'd be good for me. We are cleaning up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. I don't know if you're familiar, big old slew of garbage floating around in the ocean. Size of Texas, they say, this big old patch. We're finally scooping up all that disgusting, toxic trash out of the water there, and then bring it on land, so. Where we live, that'll be good. Get excited about that. Got a real good system for garbage on land, too. Been working on it hundreds of years, where we just pile it up, so. One step closer, one step closer. Now, I guess only like 15% of the garbage in the ocean even floats. So I feel like we could just make heavier garbage, you know what I mean? Why are we making such floaty garbage? Get it down in there. What are we doing? 15%'s all right about putting something heavy on top. Sink it like we do with the battleships. Let the fish build a little coral reef out of that. I'm not a Scientologist. I don't know how that works. We've only explored something like 10% of our oceans. I feel like there's a little bit of room out there for some garbage. Way more room out there than there is up here. People are like worried about the fish or whatever. You're not thinking deep enough. You gotta get it below all the shit we care about. Get into that deep sea shit with like the see-through heads. They don't need oxygen down there for some reason. They've just adapted. You want that around? I don't want that around. Put some trash on that. Gotta nip that in the bud. I don't know. Creeping around in the dark up to no good, I bet. Nothing Christian happens in the dark. Bunch of sins going on down there. That's the devil's playground. Nah, plus, I don't know if you all saw what the Deep Sea did to that Coors Light can full of rich guys. It was just like, bam, you know? Trash compactor, you know? Just a little more organized. Get it small and low. No, this is true. You can look this up. So in this project, they took like the first scraps of plastic they found in the patch. They separated that out, melted it down, molded it into sunglasses, and then put those up for sale on their website. Sunglasses, which is fucking the first thing you lose at the ocean. So I don't know. They're just going right back in there. What am I doing? Be a bunch of jazzy-looking fish swimming around, looking stupid. Stupid. For the longest time, I kept finding masks outside on the ground, thinking they were thongs underwear. That was confusing. Kept making me horny. Every day I'd come outside, I feel like a sexy detective, like looking around. Where in the hell are all these hoes at? What is going on? Look like a bunch of strippers got raptured. Just reverse spun back up the pole into heaven. Oh, man. I'm not here to brag to you all. I'm not trying to show off or be boastful, but I do have multiple sclerosis, so... Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Quite a few. Quite a few. If you're not familiar, a good analogy for multiple sclerosis, it's like if you think of your brain as a computer, right? Your brain's a computer. My computer has multiple sclerosis, so if that makes it easier for you. There's a few different types of MS. I got kind of the better one, so I'm still pretty mobile. A lot of people with MS aren't that fortunate. I was actually just working with another comic recently. He has MS as well. And I was like excited to meet him. I don't know a lot of people with MS, so I'm like, MS, buddy, you know, find 11 more of ourselves, start a gang. Take our name back. So we're sitting down in the green room, we're talking, and then he had to get up and go on stage. And when he got up, God, he just had a hell of a time doing it. He was kind of hobbling around, walking all goofy, and it freaked me out because I was like, shit, you know, that could be me one day. So I quit talking to him. Not trying to get any of that on me. I don't want my sclerosis getting the wrong idea from his sclerosis. One bad apple ruined the whole bunch there, so. Man. I used to be a big weed guy, if that's not fucking obvious. I don't smoke anymore. I quit. For the longest time, I felt like weed was making me dumb. After a couple years, I started to realize that might have been a pre-existing condition. I guess I'm just dumb, so whoops. Whoops on that. I used to like to get high and go for walks. That was like my favorite thing to do when I was high, was go for walks. Had to go into the park though, high. Parks do this dumb shit, I don't like it at all, where they put playgrounds in there. The hell that's all about. People like to show off their kids or something. Look how slippery mine is. Look at him go. Now, mine's got a helmet on. They don't like that part in Seattle. You can't talk about helmet kids up there. They get nervous. Everywhere else is like, fuck that kid. Shut him down. Test that thing out. See how far we can get him off the swing. Nah. They put the playgrounds in a weird spot though at the park, so they like split up a playground, like a walking path, split up a playground on either side. So you can be walking high as shit, mind your own business, and all of a sudden, you're like in the playground now. That is an uncomfortable spot to be when you are an alone dude. Parents don't like that. They don't. You can't look like this in a playground. Nobody wants that. Parents get real suspicious. I get all paranoid. I start to feel like they think I'm a creep. I don't know if you've ever tried to look like you are not a creep. It's like the creepiest shit you can do. It does not help that situation out at all. I don't know like what speed to walk in a playground. Nothing feels appropriate. I get very self-conscious about my pace. You don't want to walk too fast. Now it looks like you are legally not supposed to be that close to a playground. You don't want to walk too slow though either. That's no better. Now it just looks like you're browsing. That's not a good look. You do not want to look like you're window shopping at the old playground. Look at the head of hair on that kid. Last time I was high at the park, I come up on a playground. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I noticed already a mom's like coming at me. She's kind of frowning, walking at me at a swift pace. I felt like I had to diffuse the situation. So I just said, look, lady, I don't want nothing to do with any of these kids. Just passing through. We are all cool here. She was like, I was gonna tell you your shoe's untied. And now I'm gonna call the cops. Shit, kind of panicked. I got all frazzled. Took her kid, got out of there. Stuck with this damn helmet kid. I don't know what to do with him. Very quiet though, very quiet. Really likes Legos. Yeah. He does bite. He does bite. People tell me often that I have kind of a methy vibe to me. Hurtful laughter, thank you. Nah, I don't even do meth anymore, so I don't know what the hell. Might be some residual effects. No, I did do meth like 20 years ago. I was like 19, I did meth just for a summer. Just a season of meth. I thought I'd try it out. Just a gentleman's vacation, you know? Thought I'd give it a try. People are like, Jess, you did meth for a whole summer. That seems like a waste of a summer, but I was awake for most of it, so. I feel like I got more summer than anybody that summer. Got like 2.5 summers out of that summer. Saved a fortune on food, too. You do not get hungry on that stuff. It's the darndest thing. I did not do it long enough to become a tweaker. A lot of people ask me that. I didn't do it quite long enough, though I did start to exhibit some tweaker tendencies. Turns out you only got to do meth a couple of times before you find yourself just wildly interested in tinfoil. Making little arts and crafts, hats to keep the voices out, you know. You also learn to keep a single blind open in every window. Because they're coming. You don't know who they are. Or why. You want to be ready for them. I like to do it down low. You do it up here, you silhouette out in the window. Nobody's looking down here, though. Spend all night listening to footsteps that don't exist. Nobody's coming. Nobody likes to visit when you're doing meth. That's a... Had a bunch of roommates at the time we all did meth. We'd have to hide our meth from each other, because it was pretty much expected. You find meth, you're doing that meth as quick as you can. Meth isn't a drug you save for a special occasion. You're like, I want it now, you know? Get it in me. Every day was like a fucked up Easter egg hunt, like, where'd Jerry hide it today? Get that meth. Man. I got a lady at home. I mean, she's here now, but I usually keep her at home. I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh, man. No, we've been together a long time. She's a nice, sweet gal. She gets these gigs house sitting and dog sitting for rich people. So they'll hire like this nice young lady to be in their home for months at a time, or not months, weeks, you know, taking care of their dog or whatever. And then just, I'm fucking in there too. They don't know me at all. They don't know I was part of the package. But I'm in there and I'm snooping around. I'm trying on all your rich people clothes. Ooh, soft fabric, stretchy in all the right places. That's nice. That's nice. I like it. I like it. I grew up in apartments, so like I never thought I'd get to see houses like this. This last place we stayed, this guy's got a home office and pictures of himself on the wall in his home office, him with U.S. presidents. I'm not like a political guy. I could really give a shit about presidents, but like I'm never getting my picture taken with presidents. That seems pretty fancy. What I have done, though, is had many sexual relations in that man's bed, so pretty close. Pretty close. If I ever get a home office, I'm gonna have pictures of me in his bed on there. That'll be good. Rich people got big beds too, big like king-size beds. My lady and I, we're small folk. That's feeling like too much real estate, big old bed like that. I'll wake up in the middle of the night like, she's gone, you know? It takes too many rolls over to get to her. I check and make sure she's there. Sturdy beds too, rich people have. Really, you can really put everything you got into them. They don't move at all. I got one of them cheap metal frame guys. You start fucking in the bedroom, you end up in the kitchen. Yeah. Now you gotta fuck your way back upstairs. We're out of milk. No. My girlfriend swallows. It's disgusting. I didn't ask for that. Not a single request. Honestly, I didn't even know that was a real thing. I'd seen it on film before. I thought it was like quick editing, trick of the camera sort of thing. First time she did it, I was like, I wouldn't have done that. Yuck. Yuck. It's a kind gesture, you know. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, but sometimes you want to see what you've done, you know? That felt like a big one. Come on, what a waste. What a waste. Had to have been a record. Had to have been a record. Well, you handled that well. All right, I'm going to leave you guys with a story. You going to make it? You going to... You gotta swallow with the pulses, otherwise you can get a little choked up there. Also, probably wait till you get home, you know. All right. I want to leave you guys with a story. It's kind of a sad one, but I think you guys are gonna be okay. You gonna be okay? You know, all right. So when I was 16, same month as my 17th birthday, my mother passed away. That's not what I wanted. I wanted a snowboard, so I was... kind of a disappointing gift, you know. Kind of gross. Good party though, lots of cake, one extra slice, that was nice. You gotta laugh or she'll haunt you. No, we had my mother cremated, and she wanted her ashes to be put in the ocean. This was well before anybody knew about the patch. We thought the ocean was like a clean, pretty place, you know. We were just like, take mom to the dump, you know. So we had her cremated. We had planned on spreading her ashes much sooner after her passing than what ended up happening there. So we didn't get like an urn or nothing for the ashes. If you're not familiar, if you don't get an urn for ashes, they just come in like a plastic bag in a cardboard box. They tape it shut for wind. It's nice. They do one other nice thing though, like print the name out on the bag in like a New Times Roman font. It's like a pretty fancy font. You know what I mean? They don't have to do that. So it ends up taking like 7 years for us to spread these ashes. So mom's just kind of bouncing around from closet to closet at my sister's house. And finally, we're like, this is getting weird. We got to get rid of these ashes. So we've grown up and we've moved far apart. So logistically, we could not like figure out a date for all of us to make it out to the ocean. So we thought a good compromise would be if we just put her into the Puget Sound. Eventually, you know. Hang a left at the Strait of Juan de Fuca. There's the Pacific Ocean there. So we figure save ourselves a drive, give mom sort of the scenic route. Sort of a two birds, one mom situation there. So we meet at this beach on the Puget Sound where we're saying our nice things, and my sister, she's the oldest, so she's gonna be the one to spread the ashes, and she pulls the bag out of the box, and the bag's kind of spinning unwound, and I happen to notice as the bag is slowing down that the name on the bag is not our mom's name. So now we're just stuck with this spooky bag of garbage we gotta get rid of. I don't know what the return policy is on something like that. So we're like, I don't know where this person wanted to go. They're going to the Puget Sound now. So my sister, she rolls up, we'd have gone deeper for our mom. We don't know this person. She went like knee high with the jeans, kind of tiptoed out in the water, dumped the bag out. And the thing about ashes is that they float mostly. The chunks don't. It's not a smooth grind. There's some giblets in that gravy. So the chunks are sinking, the rest is just kind of wafting around in the wind, and we figure if maybe the tide's coming in, it'll kind of resolve itself. The tide was going out, so things are only going to get significantly worse. So I handed my sister a stick, and she stirred whoever the hell that was into the Puget Sound like Nesquik. Now I can't drink chocolate milk anymore. So. All right, Tacoma, you've been great. Thank you, everybody.